Elliot at the blue line. In the back of the nets.
My name's Dominic Elliot. I'm from Allendale, Michigan, and I currently play at Robert Morris University. Nobody in my family played hockey. Learn to skate was free, actually, at the home rink in Muskegon. So they got me enrolled in Learn to Skate, and from there it just all rolled together. And then it was Learn to Play, and then I found myself on my first team when I was 8. I started playing here when I was 12, played on the first AAA team. We took a group of guys from Muskegon and a group of guys from here and made the team. And from there, year after year, we got older and we progressed. Especially 15s and 16s. We won Tier 1 back-to-back both years. Those were huge accomplishments to us. We thought that, as the years went on, we always got a little better, and we progressed as a group. That was the biggest thing, is that we were able to stay together. Unlike a lot of teams in Michigan, all across the United States, like our group, we stayed very close together. We developed together. We all became brothers. And then that eventually led us to being able to win some championships. We ended up making it a good run our 16s year for a state championship and making it to the national tournament, which was super cool. And I think that was the most memorable thing, though, out of it all, was that we were able to grow together with the same group of guys that I still hang out with now. There were times, obviously, when I was here, when I was sitting in this locker room, I was like, geez, can this get over, after a hard day or whatnot? But now me and a lot of the guys actually realize, these were some of the best moments. We shared some of the best moments in this locker room. And we look back on that and we wish we could get that back one more time. It was just actually yesterday, I was hanging out with one of the guys, and we were talking about Monday weight vests. Every Monday we had to throw a weight vest on for practice. Oh, we hated that. We hated Mondays. Something we never forget, we laugh about now. The moments you have here, they go by quick. And I know it's cliche to say that, but you'll look back and wish you were in these stalls again. I love this place. There's so many good memories here. There's so many resources here. I don't know why you want to be here, you know what I mean? My personal experience in this area, there's no place like this as far as coaches and facilities go. The coaches here, I know most of them. They have been the most helpful, encouraging, and people and coaches that I've ever had. They want you to get better. They want to move kids on. This isn't about anything else other than development to them. And that's why I think we have so many guys that were able to move on and continue playing on after Fox Motors, is that they're different than other coaches. They want to see you succeed. They taught me how to be coachable. They taught me how to work hard. And that's what I would like to see them have the opportunity to be able to do that, to other kids, just like myself. Because I was these kids out here practicing right now. I was in their shoes 7 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. After 16s, I was drafted and made the team in Cedar Rapids. I played for the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders for 2.5 years. And then when I was 19, I decided to go down to Oklahoma Warriors in the NAHL and played the rest of the year there. There's so many distractions, and this is something I had to learn, 16s and then through juniors, is that there's a lot of outside noise. There's a lot of distractions in life. And one of the biggest parts of trying to be an athlete is canceling out all that noise. Midway through my second year in juniors, I got decommitted from Michigan State. They had a coaching staff change, and where I was didn't align what their agenda was and what they wanted. And And at the time, it was a gut punch. It almost felt like they gave up on me, that they didn't believe in what I was going to bring to the table was going to benefit them. But as time went on, and through the support of the coaches here who talked to me and my parents and my teammates around me, I realized that it was for the better. And then fast forward a year later, when I was in Oklahoma, and I started having better games and putting together a better season. And then the coaches at Robert Morris, when they reached out to me and how helpful they were to me, I realized that it was a blessing. Like that experience was a blessing, because I feel like that was the first time in my life, like I feel like somebody didn't believe in me. But it only pushed me to get better and to train harder so that I could be the best that I could be for my future teammates. And I think those experiences are good for everybody.
There's a shot that goes off the pipe and in. Dominic Elliot managed to get it by McPhail. It was sprawled out. It's all tied up at 1 apiece. Ain't that beautiful? Dominic Elliot knots it up.
We are building a culture there that's all about the team. And I think that in that, like, we were more upset that we weren't able to go further. But, speaking on the the award and that, I give credit to the staff there and my teammates first and foremost, because without them, none of that happens. We want to do things as a team. So, it's cool. I'm honored. But, overall, that doesn't happen without them. A typical day. So at school, you have class from 8 to noon. Right after you eat lunch after class, you're going to head to the rink, and you're going to be at the rink practicing from 1 to 3. And then you're going to be lifting until about 5. And then after that, you're going to go back, eat dinner, and you're going to do homework until 10. And then at 10 is when you get your free time. But then that's bedtime, because it's time to get ready and do it all over again the next day. What I want to do is I want to play hockey as long as I can. I think right now I'm trying to be where my feet are, but at the same time, like, I'm always looking forward to the next goal and trying to better myself, whether that's in hockey or outside of hockey. I would say the best thing right now for a young kid is to love what they're doing, enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're not going to make it in the game. Same way with any sport or any line of work or school, anything. Coaches are out here, they want to make you better. They want to help you. So I would say be coachable, for 1. 2, work your hardest every single rep that you have, whether it's on the ice, whether you're doing something off the ice, whether you're in school, like, give it your best effort. Something my dad told me when I was growing up was take pride in the job well done. And I think that's one of the biggest things that you can apply to any aspect of life, whether it's hockey or outside of hockey. If you're prideful in what you do, you're going to do a good job. And so I would say those 3 things are the biggest things for young athletes or young kids that want to move on and want to continue to grow. So I guess that's another thing I'd say to somebody young, is be where your feet are. Like, enjoy what you got going on. And I would say, and this is something Coach Slobo told me when I was 13, is be selfish with your own development. And that goes along with the sacrifices and all that. What you're doing isn't what somebody else is going to be doing, and you got to be okay with that. But if you want to go that extra step, if you want to play at a higher level, you got to do more than what the person next to you is doing. Even if what they're doing looks more fun and more appealing at the time, you'll have your time to have fun outside of the rink, but also be excited for the future. Because if you take the necessary action and you want to be a player and you want to keep on moving on to the next level, there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents, because even today, without them, like without their support, like I wouldn't be here. They've always done everything they can to put me in the best position. And I've tried to put myself in the best position and work hard so that their efforts aren't going to waste. My mom and my dad, they've both, helped me enormously. And I can't thank them enough. Secondly, I'd like to thank all the coaches here. I'd like to give thanks to Coach Knubel, Kasecki, Coach Slobo, Coach Richards, Coach Ramsey. Those guys growing up and playing here have given me the opportunity to be where I am today.